Hi there, my name is Belinda Weaver and my business is Copyright Matters. I am a copywriter and today I wanted to talk to you about the importance of thinking about your customers and their point of view. Often as copywriters and marketers, we think about our customers and our clients' customers in terms of how old they are and where they live and what kind of car they might like to drive or what kind of animal they would be. But sometimes, usually all the time, those metrics aren't helpful at all. What's more important for us is to understand the why behind why customers buy. And a few ways you can do that is to think about the job that the product or service you have or you're writing about is doing, because more often than not, customers aren't buying a thing just for the hell of it. They're buying a product or service to do a job, a specific job. And when you have that jobs to be done point of view, it's much easier to kind of get into the skin of your target audience. And a Harvard Business School professor called Clayton Christensen, I wanted to get that name right, wrote about a really classic example in his MBA study, and it's all about McDonald's, or we might say a popular burger chain, and they were trying to figure out why people were buying milkshakes in the morning. So they have this jobs to be done. What is the job a milkshake is being hired for when it's being bought in the morning? And what they discovered is that the kinds of people buying milkshakes in the morning were hiring the milkshake to do a few things. They had a long drive, they were in their work clothes that they didn't want to get dirty, and they had at most one hand available. Now, when you put those three things together, some of the drinks that you might think that people would want to drink in the morning aren't that suitable. You don't want the cup to open or spill to get on your work clothes. You certainly can't have a thing that requires two hands. So they were actually buying milkshakes because it was a thick drink that wouldn't spill on them, that they could stave off the hunger until, say, 10 o'clock with one hand, because they weren't hungry now, they knew they'd be hungry. So that is the job the milkshake is being hired for from a popular burger chain first thing in the morning. So as you can see, people aren't just buying a tasty drink, they're buying from a multiple motives. They're buying at a few levels. And the same can be said for almost any purchase, because every purchase that a customer makes is seeking some kind of transformation. And that might sound really big, but at the heart of it, that is what everyone does. And the importance of this what is this product being hired to do mindset is uncovering the why behind the purchase. A few different ways you can think about motives is the lenses. Now, a lot of people write about motives, and there's Maslow's hierarchy, which is a famous marketing one. Bob Bly has a fantastic list of motives, and Ernst Dichter, who's one of the fathers of motive thought, the way we think about motives in marketing, he has motives as well. And the basic idea is that all purchases come back to some core motives. And when we take time to understand the motives or the why behind customer purchases, we can reflect those motives and reflect those feelings in our copy. And this is the whole point of it all. When we can do that, when we can reflect pain and understanding and motives, the why behind a purchase, then people are more likely to trust us or the words we write, more to the point, because their barriers are down, because we are showing them that we understand what it is they really, really want. Now, when you're trying to understand consumer motives, it's really important to dig deep. And if we use car buying as an example, so when we buy a car, it's pretty practical. We're buying a way to get from A to B. We're buying a safe way to get from A to B. But, you know, is safety all that we're buying? We're also buying comfort. Sometimes we're buying a sense of belonging. Maybe, you know, we got a Tesla, we're in the Tesla club. or a Beamer, we're in the Beamer Club. A lot of brands, especially with cars, have a real sense of belonging that is really, really powerful. What else? Generally speaking, I think when we're buying cars, there's a little bit of esteem in there. A car could be a reward for our hard work, but it's also a way for us to demonstrate our prestige and our sense of importance. Some cars are a way for us to express our personality and our sense of individuality. So, with one car purchase, and there's a lot of money going on, with one purchase, it's not just about comfort, it's not just about safety, it's about belonging, comfort, love, esteem, prestige, power, masculinity, femininity, virility, self-actualization. This has worked all the way from the bottom of Maslow's hierarchy of motives all the way to the top, and that's where the really powerful stuff is. So when you're thinking about the why behind customers make decisions, you do that so that you can reflect those motives and those pain points and those reasons in your copy. But when you take the time to do that, make sure that you dig deep, because all motives will come back to these very human instinctive motives, and they are incredibly powerful ones to tap into. When you can do that, your copywriting will absolutely hit the right buttons and get a much stronger reaction than if you just stick to, hey, buy a car, it gets you from A to B. So that's what I wanted to talk to you today. It was all about motives, psychology, marketing, and why you need to think about this in your copywriting. Now I'm going to put a link to a blog post in the comments where you can actually read more about this. I've got examples of Maslow's hierarchy, Ernst Dichter's motives, and of course Bob Bly's list. What a name. And they are incredibly useful lenses when you're trying to nut out the why behind a customer's purchase decision. You can read all this on my website, copyrightmatters.com/blog. Lots of great stuff there. I'll see you again next time.